It's a better strike. Ah, ah. Hey, buddy. Okay, cool. So we got a tee shot here on two, so we can see aiming down the right for that little fade. Okay. So like we spoke about, actually hitting that thing quite well, and the spin rate seems under control. So you just got to be sort of dialed in with your alignment and where you're going to start the ball, and then obviously the club face. Don't let it get too open. But I would stick with it. Otherwise, you risk actually getting worse trying to get better. So let's look more at the footwork here. So we can see that left leg lock very early, and the right foot to heel is already off the ground. So that's still a little bit unstable. Now, obviously with good balance and hand-eye coordination and practice, it's not a huge issue with the driver, but that's our issue with the irons. Okay, so face is nice at the top there, nice and square. Okay, everything comes down nicely, just slightly above the plane, but that's good because it matches our setup and it matches the club face. Club face releases nicely, yet we still get that little power fade. Okay, so I wouldn't change too much there in terms of alignment and face and plane. Just pick your targets better, and then obviously we're going to neaten the footwork, especially with the irons. Okay, so I know it's not comfortable yet, but shoulders do look better. Okay, not so much dip there. But if we play this through now, I'd already spoken to you by this point. So that right leg is better. Okay, still a little bit active, but it is definitely better, more on top of the ball. Okay, but still hanging back as you strike it, I'm sure you can see. Okay, what we're going to try and build is we've got to try and build a solid line through that right leg. Okay, and then obviously no extension from there. Okay. Okay, nice setup once again. Randomly aiming quite far left on this one. I'm not sure why. If anything, you need to aim a hair right, never left. Anyway, you can see that left leg and right foot a little bit too active. Swing plane, club face, good. Okay, and then just obviously exiting a little narrow and right. Okay, so those are the things we're working on. Okay, the rest looking really, really good. This was a much better balanced swing, actually. Hello, Manny. Thanks for a lekker morning, and great to see where your golf is, and where your kind of mind and your sort of composure is, and everything like that. Okay, it's all really come together. You're a proper golfer now, so it was really impressive and really enjoyable morning. Right, so a little bit of hard work here, okay, and we can really push to a whole new level. Right, so I get you understand the things that I'm talking about, and obviously the setup, and then trying not to move too much on the backswing helped a lot. Okay, and then obviously working on our angle. So with the longer clubs, okay, we're exiting a little bit right, getting that slight little trappy fade. We've got to make sure that we have enough room to do that, so aim correctly. But also once we get closer, okay, then we've actually got to aim straight and really try and release our arms and hit the ball on line. Okay, so that did help quite a lot. I think your game management is actually really, really good as well. So it's almost, we're almost going to now turn a couple of those bogeys into pars. Okay, so normally what it is in your scoring range is it's, quite some good stuff, but then a lot of doubles that elevate the score and the odd triple or whatever it is. Okay, you actually win that. I think it was two doubles for the round. Was it 5 and 18? And 5 was a terrible double as well. I mean, you were right there for 2, and then you chipped and 3-putted, and so that one was easy to fix. So a lot of needers, but just let's turn some of those bogeys into pars, and some of it's tactics. So we spoke about the chipping and the downhill, and rather being that little bit extra pass, we don't practice enough to be dialed in within a couple of foot. So when you are downhill and there's not any trouble behind the hole, just err on the side of, a little bit past, hold the putt coming back or try to. And opposite when you're going uphill, maybe just go, sort of try and leave it just underneath the hole. If you do a little bit hard, hit it a little bit harder and it gets close to the hole, then so be it. Okay, so a little bit tactically there. All right, and then from those videos, okay, so you can see with the irons, okay, we're still not on top of the ball enough and deep enough in that right leg. Okay, but I think you can see there, and I've explained, okay, a lot of it's to do with how these legs are working on the backswing. So we started that process today on the course. Now we need to do some work. Okay, so we started with not releasing that right leg too much on the backswing. That did help. Okay, now we actually have to work on this left leg. Okay, so you can see it rotating a lot. Okay, locking out. Okay, and it's causing a little bit of sort of imbalance and impurity of strike. So we've got to work on keeping that flexion, not over rotating the right hip on the backswing. Okay, and that's going to set up everything for us. Okay, so not there. Okay, nice and solid. Okay, now from there it's going to be more energy, more resistance, more stability. Okay, but much easier to go from there into the correct strike position and not find yourself backing out like that. Okay, so that's going to be the hard technical work, apart from starting to trust that release so that we're not hitting across the ball too much, especially with the short clubs. Okay, other than that, but I think your putting is great. I think one little thing you can do better with your putting, I'm talking about the sort of 10-foot range. Okay, I think we can slightly work on matching line and speed just a little bit better. Okay, so 6 foot, 10 foot, round about there. Okay, I want you to start double reading everything. So I want you to read maximum break, if it's a right to left, sort of maximum break dropping in, and then a little bit less break with more speed. Okay, and just start visualizing and working out that, I can go a little bit straight, a little bit firmer here, or I can go a little bit wider with a little less speed on another one. Okay, and then work it out tactically. So obviously on the side slope and the down slope one, you make the bigger turning putt with drop-in speed, and then when you get those uphill or slightly straighter putts, then you can hit it with a little more speed. Okay. Other than that, everything looking really, really great. Obviously got distracted by the core, but everything else looking fantastic, mate. Really, really impressed with where your game's at. Sorry, mate, the last little thing there, remember the bunkers. Okay, hit much, much closer to the ball. Okay, especially if you're hitting slightly across it, which obviously you do naturally. Okay, so when I drew that line for you there on 13, you see how close you can hit to the ball to hit a really nice flighted bunker shot. A lot of good stuff in the bunkers, it's set up and all that, but you're hitting way, 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 way too far behind the golf ball. Okay, thank you.